Hey everyone, so turns out I have to leave the homestead just as Mike is coming back because I have to go visit the newest member of our family. He's not feeling so well and he's actually in the hospital at the moment. So I am just gonna go be with Fam Jam down there and I'm gonna leave Mike to himself.
Everybody, don't forget to like, subscribe, and Papa. Hello.
So he does cook somewhat on the stove, but I'm the cook of the family, so I'm gonna go ahead and make him up a lasagna so that he has it over the next couple days. I know he can cook eggs in the morning because he does it all the time. The good thing about this sauce is that it's a base, so you can use it for, you can add things to it, you can take away things you don't like, and you can use it for a few different recipes. I particularly use it for chili, lasagna, and spaghetti. It's delicious, it's full of flavor, and there's also an ingredient in it that you wouldn't suspect, but it makes the sauce altogether. So I do want to give credit to my sister-in-law Rose for giving me this recipe many moons ago. I have changed a few things here and there, but the basics are the same. I don't remember the exact measurements she gave me, but I have changed some of the ingredients, like I said. So, but you can do that too. So you can add more of something, take away something you don't like, whatever it is. It's a great recipe, and it's so easy. There's very few ingredients, but it's so loaded with flavor. And again, you can adjust the flavor to what you like. So we're gonna start off with about, I'm gonna say 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then I'm gonna put in some, I have 2 medium onions or 1 large onion you can use, and then a clove. That's probably about 2 cloves of garlic. I just use minced garlic. And the stove is running super hot. I'll just pull that off to the side. Put that back up. So this is what I'm going to put into the pot next. We have 2 cans of tomato paste. I have about a teaspoon of pepper, a tablespoon of salt. I have some Italian seasoning. I put in about half a tablespoon. I have 2 tablespoons of chili pepper and 1 tablespoon of cumin. That's how I always start the process, I guess you could say. You can always try that. See what you like, what you don't like, add more. Sometimes I'll add more cumin, sometimes I'll add more chili pepper. It just depends on how I'm feeling for that day. But it never fails. This sauce is a winner and everybody in the family loves it. Turn the temperature of the stove down. She's running hot. And then I just kind of stir all this together. I can already tell by the color that I'm going to need more chili powder. I'm also going to add 1 can of, these are just diced tomatoes. Now what I'm going to do this summer is my own tomatoes, hopefully. My own diced tomatoes, my own tomato paste, so that I can make this completely from scratch. And I'm going to add a little bit of water just to liquefy it and let the flavors come together. That is already delicious. Now if you're someone that likes smooth spaghetti sauce and not chunky, you can still do this and then puree it after. And that way it still has all the flavor. My son loves this sauce, but he does not like the chunks. I'm going to add about, I'm going to say a tablespoon and a half more of chili powder and see where we're at. I can always tell by the color because I get a dark, deep red. So that's looking more like the color that I'm going for. But I still want it a little bit more red. So I am just going to add the next ingredient, which is the secret ingredient, and that's honey. So I never really measure. I always go by eye, but again, all I did was go by eye and then measure it for you so you know about approximately how much of each ingredient you need. For the honey, I'm going to start with half a cup. I wouldn't put more than a cup in here though, but already this is just, I can smell it. It's one of my favorites. I love it. Pasta, pasta, pasta. Anything pasta. And then from here, all I do is let it simmer for about 10 to 20 minutes. It just really depends. It can sit on top of the stove for a little bit longer. I would add more water if you plan on doing a long simmer, just so the flavor of the sauce stays and what evaporates is the water. So while my sauce is simmering, I'm actually just going to shred up some cheese. Am I the only one that hates shredding cheese? This is just something that it's not my favorite thing in the world to do. I know I could do it with my food processor, but that takes power. And I'd rather put the power into my arms and give my arms the workout. Right? I'll just give these 3 pieces to the dogs. Win-win. I always put tons of sauce on the bottom to get things started. And I also put a little bit of water on the bottom just to make sure that the noodles are cooked. And the steam from the water can come up and cook the noodles, especially the corners. I guess this is how you do it. I never use these, so this is my first time using these noodles, but I assume they expand a little bit. And then break that and put that there. I don't have the ones that were in the fridge because the grocery store by us doesn't have them, so I bought these in case I felt like lasagna one day. And then you just add some more sauce. And spread it out. My mom doesn't use hardly any sauce. I always put a lot of sauce on the bottom, and then I kind of stinge out as I go up. Now we'll add my cheese. Well, this is clumpy together, so it looks like this is going to be extra cheese lasagna. But you know what? That's the fun of lasagna too. Make it what you want. See, that's why I should start stingy and end strong, because I don't have enough for my liking at the top. Cover it in tin foil, and depending on the noodles that you use, if you use ones like these noodles call for 400 degrees for, I think it said 45 minutes, and then 15 minutes uncovered. So I've added my wood, close that up, and then I'm going to open up the trapdoor. Already forget what it's called. Gord, if you're watching, remind me what this is called, this door area. The fire is nice and hot. So the plus side to making a big batch of sauce is that now I have extra. I got a lasagna cooking in the oven. I got enough left over for a spaghetti dinner. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that without light. So you can do one of two things. You can let the sauce cool, put it in a Ziploc baggie and freeze it, or you can put it in a container, put it in the fridge, and in a couple days make up some spaghetti. So I can eat this sauce all the time. I'm going to bring it with me because I know my son loves it, and I know that we can definitely use some free hands taking care of the newborn. So I completely forgot to record when I took it out of the oven. There's already a piece missing, but it is so yummy. Turned out really good. And it's the first time using those oven baked noodles, and they actually were really good. So I would buy them again.